In a world where the slightest sound can bring death, silence becomes survival. This is the story of one family's terrifying journey in a world ruled by creatures who hunt by sound. It begins on day 89. The world has changed. Silence is survival. We see a small family moving carefully through an abandoned pharmacy in a ruined town. A sick child's medicine is collected. They wear no shoes. Every step is barefoot. Every breath, controlled. The youngest son, Bo, picks up a toy space shuttle. Lee gently but firmly removes the batteries, warning through sign language that sound is deadly. Bo nods, understanding, barely. But his older sister Reagan, who is deaf, shows compassion. She secretly hands the toy back to Bo, unaware he's also taken the batteries. As they quietly cross a bridge, disaster strikes. Bo, unable to resist, turns the toy on. The loud siren pierces the silence. Everyone freezes. In a split second, a creature emerges from the trees, faster than sound. Bo is gone. Flash forward to day 472. The family has adapted to this soundless world. They've built a life on a secluded farm, communicating solely in sign language. Sand trails muffle footsteps. Lights indicate danger. Lee spends his days trying to boost radio signals, hoping someone else is still alive. At the same time, he works tirelessly to repair Reagan's hearing aid, desperate to help her hear again. But every device he gives her fails. She feels unwanted. Lee and Evelyn, the parents, have created a system of lights and signals. Red means danger. White means safe. Life is precise and measured. Every action is calculated to avoid noise. But a storm is brewing, both literal and emotional. Reagan still blames herself for Bo's death. She isolates herself, and Lee struggles to connect with her. Lee takes his son Marcus to a nearby river and waterfall. There, the sound of rushing water covers their voices, the only place they can speak freely. Lee explains that the monsters can't hear you over louder natural sounds. Marcus asks if Lee blames Reagan for Bo's death. Lee says no, he loves her. But he hasn't told her that. Back home, Reagan, burdened by guilt over Bo's death, sneaks out. She walks to the site of his death, laying the toy rocket down in mourning. She tries her new hearing aid, but hears nothing. Frustrated and isolated, she disappears into the cornfields, unaware of what's coming. After the tense but serene moment by the river, Lee and his son Marcus begin their quiet journey back home, the silence of the forest pressing in on them like a weight. But as they move deeper through the trees, something changes. The air grows heavier. Marcus senses it too. There's a strange tension, something unnatural. Then they see him, a man, elderly, weathered by grief, standing beside a corpse. A woman. His wife, maybe. Her lifeless body torn open. Lee's instincts kick in. He pleads silently, a single finger to the lips. A universal gesture of survival. But grief is louder than fear. And the man, he doesn't want to live anymore. The old man the creature strikes like lightning, fast, brutal, unrelenting. In a flash, the man is silenced, consumed, erased. Lee shields Marcus's eyes, holds him close, teaches him not just about silence. Evelyn is heavily pregnant. They've soundproofed a small room in the basement as a nursery. But labor is coming soon. And labor brings noise. They prepare, soundproof walls, oxygen mask for the baby, even a wooden box as a crib. Evelyn goes into labor. On her way downstairs, she steps on a protruding nail. Pain shoots through her body as she drops a glass frame. The sound shatters the calm. The red lights are a signal. The creature is inside. Evelyn, contractions racking her body, hides in the tub. She covers her mouth, even as she screams inwardly in pain. Moments later, Evelyn delivers her baby in silence. Evelyn rests with the baby in the basement. But a pipe bursts. Water floods in. And one of the monsters is in the room. She hides behind the rising water, holding the baby above her head. The creature looms just inches away. Seeing the signal, Lee and Marcus race home. To lure the creature away, Marcus launches fireworks into the sky, masking Evelyn's cries. Lee arrives to find her bloody but alive, cradling their newborn in silence. Later, Reagan and Marcus are trapped in the grain silo. The corn pulls them under like quicksand. A creature joins the chaos, hunting them by sound. But something unexpected happens. Reagan's implant produces a high-pitched frequency. The creature recoils and escapes. Unknowingly, she holds a weapon. Lee rushes to save his children. He hides them in the truck, but is slashed across the stomach by the creature. With his last breath, Lee tells Reagan what she longed to hear. Then, he makes the ultimate sacrifice, screaming aloud to save them. The creature kills him. Grieving and determined, Reagan joins Evelyn in the basement. She sees the recordings, the failed implants, and her father's hope in her. Back in the house, the creature approaches again. Reagan's hearing aid suddenly lets out a high-pitched frequency, and the monster recoils in pain. She realizes the hearing aid is the weapon. It disrupts the creature's sound-sensitive brain. She turns up the volume, aiming the sound at the monster. The creature is stunned. Evelyn fires. It collapses, dead. Through loss, the family has found a weapon. As more creatures storm toward the house, Evelyn and Reagan stand ready, not with fear but with fire. The silence has ended. Now they fight. Thank you for watching this recap of A Quiet Place on Recapverse. If you love intense, gripping stories and expertly crafted movie summaries, subscribe now and tap the bell so you never miss an upload. Trust Recapverse, your home for unforgettable films.